Hello everybody, welcome back to Evolve. We're going to be playing as goalie in this one. It's Kyra, Cabot, Abe and Markov. Always a bit scary whenever Cabot's on the team, however Markov is our damage dealer in this one, so he's a bit underwhelming in terms of that regard. We've only just done Bog, so we'll do Magma because it's a very nice skin. A bit of trivia that we mention sometimes, this is the rarest skin in the game, by the way. It's even rarer than the gold ones. The only way you actually got this skin was back before Stage 2 was even a thing, near the release. There was a small window of time where you could have got this skin, just by purchasing it in the store. It was never ported over to Stage 2 for some reason. I'm assuming to this day they just fucking forgot it, mate, because all the other skins were. It was just this one skin that didn't get ported over. So, there you go. It is rarer than the gold skins because the gold skins, I believe, if I remember correctly, they were given to people who pre-ordered the Master Race version at the very beginning. Which yours truly did, because I believe in, or well, I know what a good game is when I see it. It's just a shame the rest of the world didn't. It's fine. There's a bit of pained laughter there, it's fine. But yeah, we're playing as the Fiery Boy. That's going to be ability cooldowns. This is his best buff. It is terrifyingly close to these lot. We're going to dip the fuck away very quickly there. Probably going to come immediately over there because I'm convinced, yeah, let's say line of sight would have definitely been gained there. They're going to try and cut across here as well, so need to do a bit of skipping away. That's quite bad. That's doubly quite bad. I'm not really commentating at the moment because I just need to keep an eye on what's actually going on. I think they're over there where that Reaver is. It's in the attack pose. Just outside of the smell range. This was from an era, ladies and gentlemen, just to mention on that part. You know, when I talk about Dead by Daylight and how handholdy things are. Notice there how I saw a Reaver that was in the defensive attack sort of pose, and I thought, maybe the hunters are actually over there. Now, if this was Dead by Daylight, you know, or that sort of game these days, for the modern gamer, you know, there would be a big fucking sign and text next to that Reaver saying, the hunters are here. Apparently that's a positive thing you should have in games these days as well, because there was people who started bitching and whining when I said that adding tooltips to everything in Dead by Daylight was a bad idea, because it made people stupider, because they don't have to think for themselves. In games, and also removes the fun at the same time, because I don't know, maybe like self-discovery and, you know, figuring out things for yourself in video games these days is not actually a fun and engaging experience. Who knows? I don't know these days. But yeah, just a bit on that for you. So we're going to immediately go for Abe here, because Abe has domed us. Yellow Beam Man is amplifying damage without an assault in the area. We are going to try and go for Kyra, thinking about it. Possibly missed that, that's fine. Shit. Missing damage on Kyra is quite fucking bad, to be honest, because she's very high sustain, so I've really needed. Oh no, there you go. I was going to say, because I really needed that it to land. We bounce Markov away with one of his own mines. Get the knockoff over there. Bit too shy on that. We're getting into the realms where we need to dip here now because I'm losing HP. It's out of range. There we go. We'll get out now because that's a Cabot and I've got no armour. Not a chance, lads. Am I staying in there with no armour? Some beautiful weather effects that are going to be joining us. Rain effects in this game still look better than most games that are out today, to be honest. It's not even bias, it's just general observation. It's going to be stage 3 ready. We're not going to go for it though, we're going to try and get a couple more strikes here. We splash, but the pipes saved him. Missed that. No, going for Kara is going to be the better option, I think. Everybody's back up again. We go for Abe there because I dropped armour and I don't want to risk getting domed. I was going to try and go for Kyra, but we'll go for one more here. Just need to get some armour. Ideally quickly, so we don't have to worry about Abe. Fuck, can't go for that yet. I'll do. Do hit Kyra. That's the target we need. Shit. Basic attack actually fucked my rhythm. Good, that's the one. Now we go for Cabot with this little tiny piece of armour. Yep, that's a down. We're getting out. We will go to stage 3 now. It's always a bit scary when Cabot is on the team though, because it has happened in the past, like his damage amp will fucking creep in if you leave him alive. Like it looks like we're in a really strong position, but it's genuinely can change when he's on the team. We will grab stage 3. All it takes is one bad engage. Somehow like the June or not. Flame breathed it. It's fine. There we go. We're at max armor now anyway. I'm going to take this delightful opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. I probably should have done this near the beginning of the video actually, for some actual behaviour hype after I slated Dead by Daylight at the beginning of this one. Following the anniversary stream, there is a game that they're making that I am actually fucking looking forward to. It's called Project T, if you didn't watch the stream. It's basically, from what I can see anyway, because they haven't really spoken much about what it is yet, because it's obviously really early in development, but it actually looks like Left 4 Dead / Back 4 Blood in Dead by Daylight's universe. So I'm pretty damn fucking interested in that, to be honest, as somebody that isn't a fucking sheep and didn't, you know, blindly hate on Back 4 Blood just because, you know, it wasn't from Valve. You know, the same company that gave us Left 4 Dead, but has proceeded to sit on their asses and do fuck all for the past 12 years, despite, you know, coming from a Left 4 Dead fan, the community of Left 4 Dead wanting a fucking sequel, you know? So, yeah, maybe behaviour can do it for us, you know? Because if there's one thing that behaviour has over what TRS had, it's a very sheep-minded community, and you can probably use that to your advantage in this particular instance, because these motherfuckers will ruthlessly defend this shit no matter how bad it is. So we might have something that will stomp out, you know, the fucking wallet warriors and all this fucking shite that stopped Back 4 Blood being something better, you know? I'm not going to sit here and say Back 4 Blood was a perfect game, but it was nowhere near as fucking bad as what everyone was going on about it being. And I say this as a Left 4 Dead fan, when I say that just because Left 4 Dead's biggest fucking fanboy made a video comparing all the worst parts of Back 4 Blood to the best parts of Left 4 Dead in a video, and everybody took it as fucking gospel, you know, it is what it is. Like, it's not, you know, we probably won't have that in that particular instance, because with how, you know, vocal behaviour's community is, they probably won't stand for that type of shit if it turns out they enjoy it. So we can try and bank on that, I suppose. A little bit of mental gymnastics we can exploit, or I can, I should say. Something I might actually be able to fucking enjoy in video gaming again. Anyway, yeah, Project T. Bit of a rant it delved into there, but these things come out, you know. It is me we're talking about. Yeah, I am looking forward to it because they showed like a small, you know, in-depth kind of gameplay snippet of it on the stream. And it is, you know, you're running about with guns in third person, that kind of thing, but the enemies in it sort of, they resembled some of the killers. There was a monster in it that resembled a lot of like the twins, who were two, well, semi-conjoined. They can deconjoin in Dead by Daylight, and you split between who you control, that kind of thing. There was a monster in it that looked a lot like them. It was quite large, you know, quite Back 4 Bloody, sort of eldritch. You know, like you had the smashers and the tall boys, that kind of thing. It was that kind of design space. So, you know, not just like traditional kind of zombies, that kind of thing. It was more monsters as well. I've always said that Back 4 Blood fused with Evolve would probably be a really good ASIM as well. That's my primary idea for how I'd do an ASIM, where you play, the monster is basically some sort of rapidly mutating style of zombie super mutant kind of thing, that for soldiers or operatives or whatever you want to call them have to, you know, save. And when you're playing as it, you go around the map eating survivors and destroying camps and that kind of thing to evolve to the next level, you know, that kind of thing. Because this design space still hasn't been explored since Evolve. It's literally the only game of its kind where you essentially go around the map eating wildlife to feed into your character to, you know, evolve to the next stage, that kind of thing. Is that everybody? No, it's not. Okay. I guess we're re-armouring. This will be Cabot, who's run off. We're just going to clear these mines out. Yeah, Back 4 Blood and Evolve put together as a love child, I think would actually be very decent. Where the fuck was that? Leaderman's just dropped his fucking unicorn dust on top of me. Nice. I don't know why you do that, actually. Okay. The man just accepted death then. If we went to the other side of the map, I would not have known where he was, so it would have given his team another wave. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, Back 4 Blood and Evolve, basically, because we had like the ogre in Back 4 Blood, that kind of thing. But I don't think, it doesn't really need, for me to enjoy it, it doesn't really need to be like 60-foot monster like Evolve. It's just that it works in Evolve, because it's obviously it's alien super mutants in this one. But it could just be something that's more visceral and, like, you know, a zombie that significantly stands out, you know, it's like built for fucking killing, that kind of thing, you know, it's like super evolved into, like, you know, fucking blades and shit all over it made out of its bones and that kind of thing. I do think that kind of setting would be very good. It's also very bleak in itself, because you could have, like, humanity on the edge of extinction, that kind of thing, where it's, you know, the entire world's a fucking war zone against this shit, you know? There's destroyed buildings and dystopian city settings and all this kind of shit you could do with it. And obviously, as the monster or the zombie, the special infected, as you could call it, as a callback to Left 4 Dead, it's just the special infected because it's a special, particularly aggressive strain that some random person's got hold of, and now they're a significant threat, that kind of thing. That's the best way to do that kind of thing, in my opinion, when it comes to zombies, because it's just like, I like the idea. It was the same approach that I had with the tank from Left 4 Dead, where the tank was obviously, it was theorised that he was a steroids user before he got turned into an infected, but I always thought it could have just been anybody in the fucking street, mate, who turns into this thing, you know, like complete fucking dice roll. It's got nothing to do with any kind of genetics or any kind of like bodily influence. It's just some guy off the street. Could have been fucking sound. He could have been helping old ladies across the street, all that kind of thing. Next thing you know, human silverback, you know. But yeah, in that particular instance as well, going back to that game, like it's one particular zombie that got the fucking strain harder, and that's who you play as, the one that mutates and that kind of thing. Maybe at stage 1, so to speak, in that game, you are a regular zombie, and you go around, you might be slightly faster, you know, shows the beginning symptoms, that kind of thing, just to make it a bit fair from a gameplay standpoint. And yeah, you go around maybe with other zombies as well, maybe in a horde, a little mini horde, that kind of thing at the beginning, where you can go around overwhelming camps, and then you feed on survivors after you kill them, and then you start gaining, what's the zombie currency, fucking mutagen points or something like that, you know, that kind of thing. The more survivors you kill around the map, the more you then mutate, you know, that kind of thing. All the while, these operatives from this specially devised agency of the time, they've got, you know, as Rochelle says in Left 4 Dead 2, there were reports of things worse than zombies, you know, that kind of thing. So these people are deployed to hunt you down as you are things that are worse than zombies, you know, that kind of thing. So obviously they're going to be tracking you by, say, a radar system. Maybe there's a little thing that can detect a certain pathogen that's in the blood of this zombie, you know. You don't have to go very deep into it. It's just a little 1 or 2 sentence explanation as to why they have a radar that can detect you. That is satisfactory, you know, that kind of thing. And then obviously, you know, they're following you around. You have to stay moving as this zombie, going between camps, and then obviously over time you start mutating into things like Tall Boys from Back 4 Blood, things like the Hag from Back 4 Blood, one of the very most disturbing monster designs from that game. But all sort of eldritch kind of body horror kind of thing is what I would like them to do with the design. Like obviously with the Hag, for example, where she looks like she's a bit of a fucking skin bag in a way, the Hag. But when she's got her mouth open, there's all like arms that are like reaching out of them, that kind of thing. That sort of, you know, body horror, and not necessarily grounded in realism. You know, not like think it's just. It's like this weird kind of fine line between disturbing realism, you know, that kind of thing, which I do think they should go for. And obviously over time, you know, with them being different monsters and that kind of thing, different types of zombies, different types you'd play as that would mutate into different, you know, endgame forms, that kind of thing. Still keeping it to evolve, where it's just basically like a stage system. Where you'd evolve, and obviously every sort of every zombie would have its own 4 abilities, maybe just keep the formula the same, that kind of thing. It'd have 4 different ways of attacking, and special attacks, and obviously on top of basic attacks, which is what you have in this game as well. But yeah, something like that with evolves, animation finesse as well, where there's different zombie-like animations and all that kind of thing for your character and all that sort of stuff. I do think that would be fucking peak, quite honestly. But anyway, as I said at the beginning of this from Project T, I'm looking forward to that, as I say, because it looks like it's sort of, it's not, you know, obviously it's set in Dead by Daylight's world, but it has the same sort of vibe to the world that I've made for that kind of game. It is the game I'd make if I knew anything about game design and had the money to do it, or the time to, wow, I did not mean to do that, but anyway, we'll carry on talking, just to end this off. I was going to go back to this anyway. Yeah, it's just what I would do if I was going to make an ASIM. I don't have time, energy, or willpower to dedicate to game development, so it'll never be a reality, but it's just something that goes through my head. I have a very clear vision of what it should be in my head. But yeah, as I say, There you go. I accidentally clicked continue by mistake whilst I was in thought. So, there you go. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.